right. The classic kale chips, except this is the Marcus version that I've had around forever. I just can't, all the stuff you buy in the store that they call kale chips does not even compare closely to this.
Homemade kale chips.
Well, especially this version. Wait till you try it. It is so addictive. You got to buy, if you can, get the biggest bowl you can. I got this at a restaurant supply store. Get the biggest bowl you can. 5 heads of kale at least.
They shrink substantially.
Oh, yeah, they shrink quite a bit when you put them in the hydrator. So what I do to start this process is you hold one hand on the rib that goes along the edge here, and then with the other hand, you grab the whole leaf thing and you just tear off the spine, and you don't break this up. Keep this as whole as possible.
Let me save this for juicing or Kara salad.
Yeah, she likes stems for some reason. I can't do stems. I like, So again, you have the whole leaf as big as possible, and you just break the spine, you take the spines off. You're going, well, this is huge. I know, but this shrinks up to like tiny little things. So
yeah,
you don't want to have this too small at the beginning because it shrinks in the dehydrator.
And I'm running garlic through a garlic press because we put a lot of garlic in here.
That's actually the longest step of this whole thing is the garlic press, the minced garlic. So
I got this garlic press off of Amazon because I initially broke Marcus's when I found out, oh my God, his garlic press just changed the flavor of garlic to me. It just brought it up to a new level.
It does. Nothing beats it.
It does. And then I broke it. After like 18 years you've had it, you said, I broke it in 8 weeks.
Kara must have broken every bowl and glass and utensil I've had for...
I can't help it. I'm clumsy.
That I've babied for 20 years. She comes in and just... elephant in the China store.
It's not that. I move super fast because I'm used to working in a restaurant, like fast motion, and it's hard to shut that off.
So I just did, 12 leaves? And look how much it filled up in this bowl.
That enough garlic? I've got like almost a cup.
That's good. That's good. All right. Do whatever you want. You don't have to have this much, but get the biggest damn bowl you can get.
But we like making a lot because it shrinks and it keeps. If you're going to go through all the problems.
I guess what you could use is you could go to Home Depot and buy one of those cement mixing bins.
No?
They're like this big. I mean, that would work. That would work. Anyway, and make sure before you start this that you wash your hands and cut your fingernails really good because you're going to get your fingers in there and it's going to be really messy to stir this up. So you got 4 to 5 heads of kale. Remove the stems. Keep the leaves as big as possible. 2 cups of apple cider vinegar. Now, what I used to do in the old days, I used to just go like this. I used to just do it by eye, but people are a little more like, I don't know the exact amount, so okay.
Rightly so. People want to know how to make it right, babe.
Well, but yeah, you know what? If you have too much of this or too little of that, it's still good.
It's still good, right?
Way. It doesn't really matter. As long as you have a little bit of oil and vinegar in there.
Raw foods in a dehydrator are very forgiving.
No, look at this teamwork here. This is awesome. All right, so olive oil, but you know what? So I'll put it in. Well, this is for a lot. So, okay, there's that.
Okay.
About a 1/4 cup of lemon juice.
Okay, salt.
Yeah, 1 tablespoon of Celtic Sea Salt. And get the coarse kind. This is the best kind. For some reason, just 3 little kernels of this coarse kind will go through your whole food and give it a much different, more stronger, better taste than if you use the finer ground Celtic Sea Salt. I always find the flavor is enhanced to the food that you have by using the coarse grind. It just really works so much. Anyway, so, Celtic Sea Salt, coarse black pepper, coarse grind black pepper.
Oh my God, you have no idea how this is wetting my salivating my taste buds. Oh my God.
Lots of minced garlic, like about 20 cloves.
Oh.
You want about 20 cloves of this garlic that's minced through a
garlic press
device. Yeah, this is the device.
This is a really good garlic press. I found.
Here, let me show you how to do it. This is a really heavy duty one. You put a bunch of garlic cloves in there.
Maybe one more.
Yeah, and then you crunch it, and it starts coming out here, and then you use a knife to just...
I've never used a garlic press before until 2 months ago. And this one's a really nice one because then you just go like that. and because it's got these little ribs on the other side.
And you throw away the skins that are in.
I don't throw. Oh, I remove the skin first.
Yeah, you don't use those in the recipe. But anyway, so you.
Oh God, look how good that looks.
Yeah, you should smell this. It's pretty amazing. All right, so now what you do?
Nutritional yeast.
Oh no.
Oh, okay.
That's the cheese that comes later.
Okay.
All right, so now you could use. You could use these things to stir it, but it's just so much. It's much better to just wash your hands really well and then just do this. Just go, step back so your shirt doesn't get. This is messy, so it's splattering, it's shooting around. All right, so we're not just making normal kale chips. You could dehydrate these the way they are as is right now, but we're making cheesy kale chips. Cheesy kale chips are kale chips coated in cheese. Homemade cheese, good for you cheese, non-dairy cheese that's really good for you. All right, so there's the kale. We're going to set this aside for a minute here and make the cheese. 1 cup of cashews. 1 cup of pine nuts. These are really, really good for you. I could do a whole video on just how good pine nuts are for you.
And they're also, and that's why you like to put them in your powders.
Yeah. Now, for those of you who say, what would you use as a substitute for cashews? Because you're all like anti-cashews or fearing cashews, or you're allergic to nuts or stuff. Clean your liver. I made a video about that. If you're allergic to nuts, clean your liver. Right here. That's a food allergy that you can get rid of. And don't fear. We've been eating so many massive amounts of cashews if they're bad for you. I've been eating them for, 20 years? You've been eating them for 30 years.
I feel no ill effects in my body whatsoever.
We eat mountains of cashews, and it doesn't... Stop getting afraid of cashews and nuts and things. And
we found a raw source for them, so that's great too.
Right. Cashews, pine nuts, 3 cloves garlic.
Oh, jeez.
What'd you do?
It's spicy from the garlic.
Oh, she eats raw garlic. Like, she bites into not a clove, but a bulb, like an apple, and she just eats it like a horse.
It's healthy.
I've never...
But I don't do it for health. I do it for flavor. Oh, gosh.
It blows my mind. Okay, one red bell pepper, minus the sticker. 1 lemon squeezed. Pinch of Celtic sea salt. Pinch of sea salt. 1/4 cup apple cider vinegar. So.
You got your 1/4 cupper?
Nope, I don't have a 1/4 cupper. 1/4 cup apple cider vinegar. 1/2 cup nutritional yeast. Get a 1/2 cupper. 1/2 cup of nutritional yeast. This is what makes it cheesy. Well, okay, a little more, whatever. Doesn't have the exact. And a 1/4 cup of water.
Oh.
Here.
That's it? For all that powder?
We have a vinegar in there. That's liquid. All right, put it in. 1/4 cup of water.
Okay.
All right, now we blend it. I need a top and a plunger.
It's right back here.
You don't trust me.
Here's this.
All right. There we go. Spatula. Okay, so here's our cheese. Oh, wait. Oh, that's the best part. Okay.
You want me to do it?
Well, you just do this.
Yeah.
Well, you don't have to do that. That's enough. Here. But
I'll scrape it later.
get your hands in there again, and you just mix it up. So again, wash your hands really good. Cut your nails so nothing's underneath your nails. Anyway, so...
The cat's off the counters.
yeah, get the cat off the counter. So there you go. Now it's coated in cheese. See how runny that cheese is?
Yeah.
You added more water secretly.
Oh, a bit hair.
But look how runny the cheese is.
Good.
It's not
Oh,
it's not thick, sticky cheese.
Oh.
She secretly added another little bit of water in there, and look how runny it got.
Oh yeah, look at the bottom. Well, it's runny on the bottom. Okay, I'm sorry. I just couldn't believe it.
So now we put this on a dehydrator sheet. So let me wash my hands. Actually, no, don't. I'm not gonna.
Yeah, because you're gonna just dirty them.
So here we go. You just take this and you put it.
You attempt to spread it as evenly as possible.
Yeah, don't make a mountain here. So, okay, and then that goes in the dehydrator. Can you take it?
Yep.
Give me another one. So, you're going to want to fill up your dehydrator with this because this is the minute before it's even done, you're going to be eating them out of the dehydrator.
And the smell, my God.
Goes through the house is going to be so addictive. You're going to be, there's not going to be anything left by the
We had someone over yesterday when they were making, they go, oh my God, what is in the oven? And we said, it's in the dehydrator. I'd give you some, but it's not ready. It was like this.
Round 3?
Yeah, when it's like this, it's not good.
You're going to want to fill up at least 4 to 5 trays because you're going to eat a whole tray by yourself in like 2 minutes before it's even done. But anyway, so you put it in the dehydrator at 120 degrees Fahrenheit, 45 Celsius. Now, like I said in the last video, most dehydrators are not the actual temperature that they say, and that's why a lot of people are having trouble with their recipes because the food is not actually hitting 120. It's actually probably 90 degrees. Get a laser thermometer while it's dehydrating to make sure that it is 118 or 120 degrees, because that's probably what is happening if your stuff is not dehydrating properly. You probably don't have the right temperature inside. So our dehydrators, a lot of times it says 140 or 150 on the dehydrator readout, but it's actually only 115 on the inside where the food is. And then remember, if it's a solid food, the inside of the food's even colder than the outside of the food. So anyway, so here we go. This all goes into the hydrator. After about maybe 3 hours, when it starts to get a little crispy on the top, or maybe 4 hours, go to the dehydrator, put another mesh sheet over top and flip it over, and then remove the solid sheet so the heat can get underneath it and dry it from both sides. So then you let it go for another 5 hours, and you'll probably find yourself eating out of the dehydrator while it's still soft and gooey. It's just so good the whole time. So when it's done, this is what you get. Kale chips, and the cheese is hard and
thick.
This is, oh my God, talk about an amazing.
It's also really cool to put this in your salads, little pieces of kale chips.
Yeah. Which one you want?
The cheesier one. These are really good in wraps too. I put that in the what do you call that thing that we make, the bratwurst roll up?
Yeah, it's like a
in a rice paper with the walnut meat. And this in sushi.
Topping for softer food. Because it's crunchy.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Rolled up in sushi, yum.
it's a good travel food. Oh, look at this one. This is a nice big one. Another thing, I didn't add it in this video, but what we like to do for us, and if you like spicy stuff, I suggest you do the same thing. Get some orange habaneros. And mince them up really, really fine. So you got like 1,000 little bits of habanero, and spread that through here. And that really adds the kick and the punch. So don't be afraid to put too much apple cider vinegar and lemon juice, because the more acid you have on here, the more punch it has, the more wow it has. Yeah, so that's really what gives us the nice zing to it, is the apple cider vinegar, the lemon juice, the sea salt, and the garlic. And then the nutritional yeast gives it the cheesiness. So, I mean, look at that. And it's good for you. This is health food, and it's not baked to death in a hot oven.
That's what I love.
This is dehydrated. It's really
Not
good for
dead
you.
food.
Yeah. All right, so here's our cheesy kale chips. Recipe down below. And we have another video coming up next week. We're another classic
Cheesy snack.
Yeah, another cheese snack.
We're sticking with the cheese theme here.
Yeah, we're doing the cheese theme here. So another Marcus classic that I came up with before I met her. It's in the cookbook. You'll see it next week. So I'll stay healthy, make this stuff, and I'll see you next week.
Bye-bye.
We'll see you next week. I can't stop eating these.
Me neither.
You know, if we don't stop eating this will be our dinner.
Good. We'd be eating healthier than anybody for miles.